We're live!
Hello.
Books go. We are live.
I see Elizabeth is here. But hello, hi, welcome to this lovely broadcast that I did, that me and Elena are doing. We invited Kay along to join with us. Jesus, I'm already choking. We are discussing the first book in the From Blood and Ash series, From Blood and Ash. And I think this came out April of 2020, and the way that it just blew the book community by storm, I feel like, is tube-tascular. Like, it just went boom!
Unprecedented.
Huh?
Unprecedented, though. I think it was because it came out during a pandemic.
This is true. And I think we were also waiting for JLA to, like, drop something like this. Or it had been so long since we had, like, a steamy new adult heroine that was stabby. And I missed it. So it was a good, like, refresher for me of like, oh my god, wait! Bad bitches do still exist in literature. So yeah. What were our thoughts when we first read this book? Many moons ago, for some of us.
I was like no thoughts head empty, just enjoying the ride. It was like the first time in a while that I like didn't analyze or think about what was going to happen or could happen or like the writing style or anything. I was just like, let's do this.
100%. Yeah. Elena?
I feel like it's a good, like, just way for me to like indulge in the book without thinking about it too much. Which I think at this time I was reading a lot of stuff that was requiring a lot of like brain power, and so I was like, this is a perfect from that. And I also had seen UK freaking out about it, and I was like, wow, I have to read it because you just had like all of these like spammy thoughts on Twitter, and I was like, I need to be able to participate in the discourse.
100%.
I feel like also the fun of this book is like not just reading it, but also the fact that it's just like so popular right now. I feel like sometimes there are those hyped books where like it's not fun to participate in hype. I think this book, just because it's so chaotic at times, it's like Poppy and the cast are just a lot, so it's fun to.
And I definitely enjoy Poppy in the first book, and I don't mind being in her head in this one as much.
About that. What was it primarily book Twitter or Bookstagram that got us to read this book?
Twitter,
and then like I kept on seeing it on TikTok too. So
I refuse to.
Like once something shows up on your For You page, like it doesn't go away. So it just kept popping up, and I was like, I'm gonna get bored of these TikToks if I don't actually look.
Did any of us read the first 3 chapters that she released for the upcoming book? No, because I hate knowing anything going into a book.
If we have 10 more days, I'm just going to wait patiently.
I think she released the first chapter before she released like the second and third, and so I read the first one. But I read it like a while ago, so I don't remember anything from it for the new book.
For the new book, yeah.
Yeah. But at this point, like, I'm fine to wait, because if I read the 3 chapters now, then it's just not going to be a fun 10 days. Like,
you know. And she has a quick turnaround rate. Like, again, the first book came out this time last year. Second book came out October, September of the same year. So, like, she has a quick turnaround rate, especially since she owns her own publishing company. So she can just put out books that she wants to put out.
Yeah.
But yes, so Twitter, book talk. What were you saying?
She's like the color pop of publishing houses right now. Like new releases.
Well, where's the lie? Where's the lie? There's none to be found. That is so accurate. Oh my goodness.
I was like, it really does pay to be like an established white woman.
Yeah.
She has her own alpaca farm, and I'm just like,
wait, what?
Yeah, she has her own alpaca farm, and I'm just like, ma'am, how does that bring in income? I'm genuinely curious.
Don't you know she has her own knitting business as well?
She does?
No, I'm kidding. I don't know.
She probably does. I mean, if you have an alpaca farm, like,
You would have to do something with all that.
There is this alpaca farm near my house though, and you can go for free to see the alpacas, but they make money from selling like sweaters and stuff. So someone must knit, because I know that there's a couple around me and like none of them charge any money. I mean, I think you can buy like feed to give them. I'm not sure. I've never been to one. This was like I was trying to find activities to do last summer. And I was like, what's a good pandemic activity?
Truly.
I ended up going because I was like, I'm not going to go alone because that'd be really sad.
It's not sad. I drive to the beach for fun, okay? By myself at 5 a.m. to the sunrise.
That's cute.
Okay.
Going to an alpaca one's more sad than cute.
Okay.
We'll go this summer.
Oat milk, get the way alpaca milk. I don't drink milk. I avoid it at all costs. So, don't know about that. But Maria asked, who was our favorite character?
Kieran.
Wait, in this book?
Not in this.
Let's stay. Wait, do we want to stay within the book or do we want to stay in the series?
I feel like in this book I liked Poppy the most because we see her the most. So it's like hard to attach him to another character. But Kieran in book 2, because he's a bigger role, I feel like I liked him the best.
I like Victor.
The dad?
Stepdad.
This is a pattern. You liked who from Jade City? You liked Victor.
You know what? Is it my Jade City? Yes, 100%.
The main event in the middle of the book that goes on.
Oh.
That sparks everything. That's her favorite, and
that's sad.
Love Victor, I love Lon, too bad. Gone. 6 feet under. So sorry. But yeah, I have this thing for like liking men who have parental figures, don't know why. Love it, love to see it. And then I love even more when they die. Don't know why
You don't know why? Are you sure?
I do know why. You know why? They've said what they needed to say. They've done what they needed to do. And guess what? There's no room for, they've had their whole arc. I'm done. Now I have to go read a whole nother arc of Kieran, Kaz, Alistair, who I just... I don't know. Okay, so let's go through the plot a little bit of the book. Oh wait, someone asked, who in the whole series?
Kieran, just because he just doesn't want to put up with their shit, but still does, and I think
he's so he's like Robert Pattinson discussing Twilight.
No, but that's a big mood though. That's a big mood.
That's how Kieran is with Poppy and Hawk.
Okay, so everyone likes Kieran. I'm gonna just go left and be Vanetta. You know why?
I like Vanetta.
Long hair, badass sister. Love to see it.
I hope she gets more.
Yeah,
I hope so because I feel like she's gonna be Poppy's confidant because Tawny is no longer there with us anymore.
Yeah, Tawny
left.
Tawny's gone.
She was there for what? 70%, not 70%, but
50%.
She was there,
and then she very quickly skedaddled to the Ascension.
Skedoodle.
Skedoodle.
Do we think we're gonna see her ever again or no?
I think we might, because I definitely think Poppy's gonna try and go back a few more times.
Yeah.
Because she's Poppy.
A dumbass?
Yeah.
We can say it, a dumbass. No, but so in this book, she's 18. And the Ascension is when she turns 19. So I'm just are we ever going to see an Ascension for Poppy?
I don't want to.
I know we don't want to, but like, there has to be like her birthday's coming up. There has to be some sort of
19 is such an odd year.
Isn't she gonna like step into her power?
step into your power. I've seen way too much Frozen 2, but they say so she hasn't even touched like true Atlantean soil yet. But like we see her going through like the culling, like manifesting her powers in book 2, but it's not here yet. So when I did my book review for this book, I was like, she has this cool power, but it's also lame because it hasn't manifested yet. Like, okay, she can feel people's emotions and it's manifesting, but like we haven't gotten through the whole manifestation metamorphosis stage yet. Anyone y'all think who's gonna die? I think a main character has to. JLA, I know likes to kill off best friends.
Oh, Kieran.
Wait,
She's
what?
very famous for killing off best friends.
Oh.
So I don't know which best friend we're gonna kill off. Cause we already killed off Victor.
Tawny.
Tawny's not gone yet.
He was
Her
her
brother.
best friend.
I feel like
What were you gonna say?
Poppy is just like slowly being culled and left alone with Kieran and Hawk, and I'm like,
Threesome. Like
I've been reading, like trying to read early reviews for like hints, like what's gonna happen? Because there's some people who have gotten ARC copies, and I'm like trying to read into the reviews, but I can't tell.
There was a meme account that got an ARC, and I was like,
meme account.
But yeah, I'm team threesome over here. Does anyone else agree or deny or nay?
I just want them. I would actually rather have it happen in the last book than the third book. It's gonna happen.
I just think there needs to be a joining at some point.
At some point, I actually don't really care when it happens. I just think that if she does it too soon, then it's like thing. It's like this drama thing that's going to continue. Like, just put it in where it feels natural. Because I feel like now she might try to like force it earlier than than it should be in the book. But
well, technically, book 3 is already written, and at the time that she was talking about writing something she's never written before, book 3 was completed and off for print. So in my head, I'm just like, okay, like maybe it's like book 4, book 5 that we're gonna get this dalliance of a threesome because I've been waiting patiently. Paciente. Like I've
been hinting for so long.
I like reading like the contentious comments though of people back and forth on the Facebook page who are like people getting in fights in these comments. They want it to happen. I'm like, it's really not that deep if you don't want to read it. Skip the scene, maybe.
Yeah.
Not that big of a deal.
I saw someone that was like, young kids like this book, so there shouldn't be this in this. And I was like, bro, this is new adult.
Yeah.
If you're a minor, don't be reading this.
Truly. I will say, like, JLA, I feel like, in my area and who I talk to, is like the queen of new adult genre-esque type nonsense. Because it's just, here we are, 20,000 copies plus later, with third book coming out, oh my god, in 10 days. Help me. So it's interesting seeing like this discourse between like minors and adults of like, I don't want a threesome and I do want a threesome. Or my favorite one, it's only platonic. And I was like,
girl, where?
Did we read the same page?
The pages?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm like, this also, like, everything marketing about this, like, clearly indicates that it's a new adult, like...
Yeah.
But, like, this is an 18...
The first chapter!
I don't know. I feel like you can tell from the cover, even. Like... So, when people get disappointed about the age content, I'm like, you know what you're signing up for. Like, Also, you know from the first chapter what you're signing up for. Like, if the first chapter you're already like, ooh, that's a lot, then don't read the rest of the book.
That was an amazing first chapter. Because I had gone, like, a year without reading up until this book. So I was like, wait, hold on. We get steamy up in this bitch on the first chapter? Because usually it's, like, 600 pages of, like, teasing and teasing. Oh, and maybe some head, maybe like nothing.
Maybe a titty lick.
Maybe a titty lick. And in first chapter, we're just like, oh wait, his knee brushed against her kitty cat. Oh, I was invested. I was like, oh wait, we like Hawk. And then he backstabbed our good friend Poppy. How did we feel about the backstabbing at that tumultuous chapter 35?
I even know the number. Wow.
If I'm being honest, I knew going in the spoiler.
Oh.
So I was like, I want to see how this plays out. And I was pleasantly surprised at how it was revealed. I was like, ooh, this is fun. This is fun.
I feel like the foreshadowing was also pretty heavy.
Yeah.
So like, if you knew, even if you had the like slight thought that there was going to be a twist, like it's pretty easy to at least get a vague idea of what the twist was going to be. So I don't think anything was like surprising, I guess, but I liked how it played out. So it was like, this is a fun ride.
It was a fun ride. Of course you know Hawk is something important to the plot as a whole. And then we're pleasantly surprised. We're like, oh wait, he's head honcho. He's HBIC. He's head bitch in charge. He had this whole elaborate scheme going.
HBIC.
I don't know, all of the mentions of like how sharp his teeth was, I was like, I don't know exactly what he is, but I know there's going to be this like twist about him being
I didn't see that one coming. I was like, is he the vampire or was he a craven? Because I was like, maybe it was like a Pride and Prejudice like switcheroo of like one human like zombie-esque thingy going on and being like an actual human. I thought it was gonna be that, but it wasn't. I said, oh wait, we got wolves. The wolves are the good people, and he actually gets the girl in this book. Love to see it.
I really liked the two like vampires and zombies.
Yeah.
Like I just liked that take, like a vampire war between two breeds of vampires with zombies running in between them. That's just so cool.
I explained the plot of the book to my mom, and I was like, how do I explain the plot of this without it sounding like a 2012 vampire story? But then I was like, it kind of is, but I guess that's like what I like about it.
It gave what Twilight could not give, if that makes any sense.
I mean, I never read Twilight, but I like that era of paranormal was like, I don't know, there was just like a lot coming out that was like very, like it didn't take itself too seriously in terms of like the ridiculousness of paranormal creatures, and I think that this is like kind of similar in that it's, I don't know, nostalgic, I guess. Like, I don't think at the beginning it doesn't like upfront tell you about like the vampires and the werewolves, but it felt familiar. I was like, I feel like I wasn't jumping into a world that was so like it's a fantasy book that doesn't feel completely original, but that's not a bad thing about it.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not. I think if I were going in expecting it to be like the next big thing in terms of like breaking creative boundaries, like I'd probably be disappointed. But I was like, this feels familiar and it's fun. Like that's why it's enjoyable, not because it's like setting a standard for future of creative paranormal romance.
I feel you. I actually have this friend. She was like, I'ma say it. I gotta say it. Poppy is out here complaining about X, Y, and Z. I'm sick of her being a little bitch. And I was like, oh my, Tony, calm down. And I was like, you know, she was being abused and assaulted in her home. Let's give, not the benefit of the doubt, but like, let's give it for Poppy for like not lashing out. Because that would have been like an even worse situation because he couldn't even know what her power was. She had to wait for the right time and the right like tipping point to crack to let him know, hey, what's good, what's poppin', sis? Because this is your last breath you're ever gonna take. I just hate the Duke. I'm so glad that. Sorry, I'm so glad that Hawk was able to just like impale him with the cane. And just...
I loved when she filleted that man. She sliced and diced.
She sure did. It was a fruit ninja. She just said.
It It reminded me of like also the phase in YA where like knives were huge and like
Yes.
everyone was into like knife fighting, which was like I think started with like the knife throwing in Divergent, but then like every other YA book of that era was like every main character had like a knife as a main weapon, and I was like, I'm into Poppy just like.
I like how she wasn't limited to just like knives. She could do a bow. She could do a broadsword. She could do a sword. She could do knife. I was like, oh yes, we have a multifaceted queen over here.
And it's a secret skill. Nobody else knows about it.
Exactly. Going back to Victor, because I love older men in novels. I was just
like all of 2 chapters of page time. Like the best.
What species would you be from the book? Since I'm dead inside, I'll be a craven. And that is entirely sarcasm.
I wouldn't really want to be in. I mean, I guess, I don't know. I feel like if you were a regular human, that would also be really shitty. So, but I also feel like there's like no winning situation in terms of what.
And I feel like if I say one of the werewolves, people are going to say I'm a furry. So I'm going to just plead the fifth.
I was with Nina this weekend, right? And I was with some friends. And he was like, T, I think you're a furry. And I had to look at, I was like, you think I'm a... No! But yeah, I agree. People would probably think I was a furry if I said.
If I had to choose between like the Vampire, the Atlantean, or the Wolven, like the Wolven is like the best of the 3, but does that mean I want to be a Wolven? Not really.
Like, are we talking survival of the fittest here? Are we just talking about like pure curiosity? Like, what's the scenario?
Yeah.
I just want to be a wolven so that I can just pop in to like a couple and be like, hey, what's up? I'm here, and then leave when I want to.
That's funny.
Not because I'd be a wolf.
Not because I'd be a wolf, but
I think wolven like a really for end of the stick because they have to like protect the Atlantean, right?
Yeah,
so, like,
but I'm here for that.
I don't know.
Puppy boy energy. I can give that.
Now, what character I would be in the book? I would be the queen, 100%, full throttle. Let me be no, not a badass bitch. I just want to be a bitch. Give me an excuse to be a bitch this time.
What character? I don't know.
Victor, so I can leave early.
He said, I got too many lines, gotta go.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay,
like,
play.
Again, random human in the town who doesn't have children, so they don't have to be given up. Who just exists. That's like the ideal scenario. You're within the walls, though, so you don't get killed by the Craven.
By Tiana, you mean?
Yeah.
Just millions of Tianas.
Do you know, I have met so many Tianas in my lifespan that I did not think it would ever happen. It is crazy. Like there's a booktube Tiana, and then there's like me, and then there's another Tiana from where I live. I'm just like, I know too many of y'all. It's getting ridiculous at this point. Okay, let's play a little game. My favorite game, Fuck, Marry, Kill. So I'm just gonna throw out some character names, and we're just gonna have to decide F, Marry, Kill. Okay, we're gonna go with Finn, Hawk.
I was like, who's Finn?
Didn't he die in like the first 2 minutes, or was that Tony?
I think, like, first page Finn, the name that they mention at the very beginning.
Yeah, that guy.
Finley,
yep.
Finley was drained of blood, his flesh chewed up like wild dogs, and then torn to pieces.
Cute.
Poor Finley.
Okay, so we have Finley, Hawk, and the Duke.
Okay, so I would fuck Hawk, kill the Duke, and marry Finley because he'd be gone.
Accurate.
Yeah, I think that's ideal. I mean, obviously you gotta kill the Duke. Finley, I don't know anything about him now, but we
He's
know
dead, so I'll marry him.
Okay, we have Delano. Victor. And oh wait, there's another one. There's another one. Who was that township guy?
There was a lot of names in here.
Mr. Toulis.
I don't know this character.
Okay, so we have Delano, Victor, and Mr. Toulis. Toulis is the guy that was that turned Poppy in, like he was gonna kill her, like at the end of it. And then
and his wife too.
Yeah, his poor wife.
So he's dead.
Dead as hell. So we're gonna kill Toulis.
Delano and Victor had very similar energy.
See, but I'm gonna fuck Victor, bro.
You say you do or you don't?
I'm gonna fuck Victor. I'm gonna kill Toulis and marry Delano. Marriage of convenience.
Okay, I can get down with that.
Yeah. I don't have a huge preference between Victor and Delano. To me, like, they're equal. They're okay. Delano kind of like not replaces Victor's character, but like he fulfills a similar role to Victor in the second half of the book, I think, because he's like her loyal guard-ish.
That's fair.
So,
That's fair.
I think I even imagine them looking the same too. So there's that difference of mind.
There's discourse in the Facebook group saying that Victor never died and that Alistair is his brother or like relative. And I'm just like, okay, we'll see in book 3.
Yeah, but didn't we see him die?
I'm
like we
creasing
saw
at
about
movies.
I have heard the theory about Alistair, but I don't think I buy them. They just seem too, I don't know, not too foreshadowed, just a lot. They seem like a lot.
Yeah. Okay. So now we have Poppy, Tawny, and the Duchess.
I said kill the Duchess.
Yep. And now think about this, right?
I picked Tawny because I don't put up with Poppy all the time.
Yeah.
I would marry Poppy because I don't want her to like get mad at me one day and stab me.
I feel like out of the two, Poppy is slightly more competent than Tawny because Poppy was able to see that there was something going on. Like she had an inkling that things weren't what they seemed.
True.
But Tawny was like, understand.
But also, I would rather be HBIC's bestie. Why? Because I get special privilege too.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I feel like Poppy, if you were married to her, there's like more opportunities for chaos and her to stab you.
This is true.
Okay. I'm down with chaos.
Higher probability of getting murdered. In this scenario, I'm still a human, I assume, so I can be killed for this one night.
Okay, hold on. I have a good setup now.
Yep.
I think this is gonna be harder. Okay. Would you rather Beth, Mary, kill Mrs. Willow, Poppy, or Kieran?
I don't even remember who Mrs. Willow is, so she's dead.
She has the diary. She has a smutty diary.
Oh. Willow, not Miss Willa. And I was like,
Willa Collins. Where's Poppy, Willa, and who?
Kieran.
Do we get Miss Willa in like her youth?
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want.
Okay, I will marry Kieran. Fuck Willa, kill Poppy.
Yeah.
Solid.
Poppy's not gonna last that round.
Okay, now we're gonna do a game of like who is most likely to. So I'm just gonna like We're going to give off questions. If you can think of a question, we're going to keep going. So, who is most likely to eat 4 Big Macs at McDonald's? No question. Just like
Poppy.
Poppy. You think Poppy?
She's a bitch that knows how to eat. And enjoy it.
Oh my goodness. What do you think, Elena?
I said Kieran would do it.
Kieran?
He's literally a wolf. Like, it's like he's full.
I was going to say Kieran or Delano.
Yeah. I think
My girl Poppy can do it.
Anyone have a question? Who's most likely to?
Well, I have to think up stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Who's most likely? I'm Googling.
Who's most likely to be a furry? Let's just throw that one out there.
Aside from like the wolves?
Yeah. Well, I feel like Poppy low-key is.
Poppy kind of is. Like.
Poppy's down with the fur.
I mean, there was a thread on Twitter going around about how like Kaz would like cut himself and like she was drinking from him, and people were like, he breastfed her.
Wait, what?
Yeah. So in the second book, when they get married.
Oh yeah.
People were like, oh my god, he's breastfeeding Poppy.
Gender equity.
No, they have like a bra that men can wear. That's like, you know, you put milk in it and has like a little nipple where babies can drink from you. I'm like, that's okay. I just feel like, how do you keep it clean? And you can't warm it up because plastic.
You'd have to like warm it up, pour it in, put it on, and then just have warm chest.
That's a lot of work.
Yeah, just try and bottle feed.
Well, they just want the experience of like holding the baby and have the baby looking at them.
Children, I can't. Not for me.
I didn't make the rules. I don't want children.
This one's funny. Who's most likely to join an MLM for overpriced candles or beauty products?
Poppy. Oh, Tawny too, yeah.
Yeah. Poppy would do it just because she's been so sheltered and like wouldn't know what getting herself in for.
Tawny would like bring Poppy into it.
Yeah, she'd be like, "Want to be a boss babe?
Want to join my Ponzi scheme where you had to build this?"
You can have a car if you sell this much.
No, literally. There was like a show about this in Brooklyn Nine-Nine where they
I feel like the whole ascension thing, like it basically is a MLM. Like they recruit more people to be ascended. So
But did you lie though? That is so accurate.
like, I mean, and Poppy doesn't know she's stuck in it until it would be too late. Same with all the others. Like, they're not all fully aware. But then you have the Duke and the Duchess who are kind of at like the top of the pyramid. I guess above them you have the Queen.
That's crazy. We uncovered a Ponzi scheme from Blood Mash today.
Taylor was really thinking about the real world comparisons.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still have so many questions though about. I feel like the Ascension was explained so many times between the two books, and I'm still like. I feel like I'm missing something, but. I mean,
in the next live show, we'll discuss some theories for book.
I know you hate theories though.
I hate I have theories that involve book 2.
Okay.
Book 3, I'm just like, I don't need it. I don't want it. I'm chilling. But book 2, I have a lot of theories. Because I was like, oh, we're going to get this. We're going to get that. Did we? No. But it was good. And I've read book 1 and 2 like 6 times each. I have a problem.
I've read them twice.
Well, okay, this lines up with when you said that you read the Kiss Quotient.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So
I
have a problem of reading the Kiss Quotient. Like, I've read it every day for the past 2 weeks. Like, audiobook start, audiobook finish, repeat.
I mean, that's a mood.
I like
I'm
Sam Bond, though. Like it's like a comfort read.
I'm just very single.
I don't know. I
for the
can't
past 5
judge.
years.
That's like my unhealthy dependence on Pride and Prejudice 2005, which I watched.
Me.
Like
See, I
having
watch that, and I'm like,
Pride 2005.
Okay, who's most likely to remind the teacher that there's homework that needs to be graded?
Sorry, I did not hear that.
Who is most likely to remind the teacher that homework needs to be graded?
Poppy.
yeah.
I'm gonna say Castile.
No. He
Because
would
Steele's
do
the one copying off of Poppy.
I felt that. There's gonna be a TV show, I think. Some people are saying there's gonna be a TV show.
from Blood and Ash TV show.
Yeah.
Watch the CW do it.
They've been looking for a book adaptation for a while.
And they all do a shit job. I know I'm missing it. Now I have to look up.
It was
I
on
don't know.
Twitter. I sent it to you.
Yeah, I thought it was just like a joke though after everyone got mad about the Akatar TV series and was like pissed about it. And people
I
were
think
like,
it's gonna be bad.
I mean, I don't think either of them are going to translate super well to screen, but
Yeah. Who is most huh?
the CPI, it could either look really bad or really good, but probably really bad.
I mean, I think the big problem will be like the wolves shifting, obviously, because that's like a big thing you have to do.
I don't want no Twilight moment with Jacob.
Right. That's what's gonna happen. So I don't know how the CW could afford to do that for 6 seasons.
Especially when they gave us what they did for the Mortal Instruments.
The
Yeah.
fact that that continued on for multiple seasons, though, is pretty remarkable.
I watched the whole thing. Maybe that's why I don't watch Riverdale. I got my fix with the Shadowhunters.
I think I watched the first season because at the time it was like there were so many BookTube reaction videos, and I was like, I want to be able to watch them, so I'm going to watch the show so I can see the commentary on it. But it was more entertaining to watch people comment on the episodes. Actual. But
I will say though, MTV did a good job.
Riverdale on the CW, so honestly, they could do anything and up the bar there.
Fair. I will say MTV did a good job with the Shannara Chronicles. The Shannara Chronicles.
I don't know what those are.
It was a show that MTV did like in 2017, 2018, but like, they put money into it, but they couldn't sustain it for another season, so they passed it off to Sci-Fi, and they could only give it, I think, another season, and that was it. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the only way they can like afford to do something like this for a network is if like you hire like basically unknown actors and like spend all of your budget on special effects instead of like the team that you're working with. But
That's why I would rather it be like animated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd rather see animation than shitty CGI.
But then we get into like cartoon porn territory. And I'm like, I'm gay.
Yeah, well, they would not do it before doing that, I think. So, I don't know. I feel like it's the kind of book that would get like a terrible first live action season and then like would never get a second season.
100%.
That's the fan base, though. I feel like it's definitely, if it hasn't been optioned yet, it will be.
I know her other series, Wicked, is being adapted, and there's a trailer that just released. It's going on Passion Flix, which is like a subset with Amazon for like $5.99 a month, and they have okay romance book to adaptations. It's very low budget, very low CGI, so I don't know how the movie is going to translate well with the fairy elements because there's a pixie in the book who is like yay big. So how they're going to make him small, I don't know.
Yeah, that could look really Weird.
Like, either did they make him human, like, you know, human size, or they make him small. But the point of him in the book was that, like, he could be anywhere. Like, he could be in her pocket, her bra. Like, that was the point of, like, her being not dead in the book.
She's a little pixie in her bra.
Like, he would hide places, and she wouldn't realize he was there.
Okay. There was a little human in my bra. I'd be bothered.
I mean, I have no sensation there, so I'm just like, whatever happens.
Sometimes there's bad CGI for the pixie. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I guess a streaming service could pick it up, but Netflix has had more misses than hits.
They sure have. They sure.
I don't trust them either.
Like, I will work for $5 an hour to be a creative, to help them, like, adapt pieces, because they're just not, they're missing every mark.
Yeah. I don't know. And it looked like they invested a lot of money into the Shadow and Bone show based on the trailer, but I was like, why did you invest so much money in that and like $0 in every other project? Like,
Well, Shadow and Bone was, like, filmed, like, 3 years ago.
yeah, but I mean, they still spent a lot of money on special effects, I think. Like, it doesn't look terrible in the trailer. It looks like they actually spent time on it, which is, I feel like, different from some of their usual, like, not animated shows, but shows with CGI.
This is true. This is true.
I don't know. I think this probably wouldn't become a show, though, because, like, it might be optioned, but I just don't know if it'll ever be greenlit because we don't know how many books it's going to have. Like, no one wants to commit to a series until they kind of know how many it's going to be.
Unless you're a white man.
Yeah. George R. R. Martin did not struggle with that. But.
I mean, Netflix committed to 8 seasons of Bridgerton. I don't know if they're going to do it, but there's 8 books. So I'm just like,
You can merge multiple into one season. You don't need 80 episodes of Bridgerton.
Don't know. I'm just here for... Well, let me rephrase. I don't think I'm going to watch season 2 of Bridgerton. I'm just going to say that.
I haven't even watched season 1.
I mean, I talk shit on it for like 30 minutes on my channel, so if you want to... But yes, back to our lovely world of the Atlanteans, the Craven, and our lovely gal Poppy. So, how did we like feel throughout the entire book of like, do we not know? Do we know Castile's like Hawk and Hawk's Castile? And do we think that Hawk and Castile are 2 different people, or that they're the one and the same?
When I was reading it the first time?
Yeah.
I did not think they were the same person because I think they only said his name once and they were like the dark one, and I was like, oh, maybe he has some relation to him, but I don't think I thought it was the same person.
Mm-hmm.
This was like, he's behind something. I thought that the dark one was going to be like some like bigger level sinister figure that like Hawk was kind of like someone reporting to.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not complaining that he's the
right.
I mean,
did y'all read the Red Pearl scene from Hawk's perspective?
Yeah, I think whenever it came out.
Loved it.
Right.
Loved it. He was like, her laugh. And I was like, oh my god, no, not the laugh.
Well, he's supposed to get his like own full book.
That tells me something. That tells me something. Like, does someone get captured, or like, is it from his POV? Like,
see, I don't know if it's like a retelling of the previous books just through his POV, like pulling some, I don't know, Twilight shit with the whatever Midnight Sun crap, or like it's a different plot line, like continued plot line just through his perspective. Right. I feel like she's more likely to do the first one though, just like rewriting stuff through his perspective, because it's like an easy moneymaker.
which I wouldn't mind. I love Castile.
I'd read it, so I'm not complaining. But
Take my money, JLA. Alrighty. Any other burning questions, burning comments?
but whatever.
I think I'm going to open it up for the audience now. If y'all have any comments, questions, concerns, theories, only for book 2. Because I don't need theories in my head.
If there's any theories for book 3 in the chat.
I will just cry.
Do you just have like an aversion to theories because you were like spoiled for a book once before, or have you always just hated theories?
No, because I'm really good at guessing endings of books. So like I've predicted, so for my book club, I guessed the Harpies ending, I've guessed Legendborn's ending. What else did we read? But yeah, I'm really good at guessing endings. I'm very intuitive. So I just like knowing as little as possible because it would inevitably just like not work out for me. And with this, I was running a mile a day, listening to it like via audiobook, and then I promptly stopped running so I could read it with my eyeballs to finish it. And I was pleasantly surprised by the ending. And then in book 2, I knew nothing and still guessed the ending. So that's where we are with theories. And then someone did say something that was like, wait, that's probably really true and accurate. Shh. So we'll see when book 3 happens. I literally want to do a video where I just like guess what's going to happen and see if I'm very accurate on my predictions.
You should do reading vlogs where in the middle of every book you give your prediction for the rest of the book and then watch back your predictions when you finish the book to see if you're right.
In the Discord I do, and people are like, oh my god, Tiana, wait, are you okay? Did you skip ahead? I'm like, no, I just guessed the ending.
Yeah. I feel like, I don't know, it's like once you read a lot of one genre too, it's a lot easier to predict the ending of a book. I find like authors, occasionally you'll have one where you're like, wow, I'm super surprised by this. I feel like most of the time I can at least get an idea of what's going to happen, but then I'm like, oh, I like how it played out. Like, I'm not mad about it, you know? So I feel like there's a difference between like predictability and then like predictability, but I still am not angry that I knew it was going to happen.
Right.
It was enjoyable to read, which was this book.
Right. Like, I like how, with her books, it's always a cliffhanger. There's never going to be like a pretty cute ending that'll like get us to book 2. It's always just like heart-wrenching cliffhanger, initiated, activated, commence, let's go, full through. Like, it's always a heart-wrenching cliffhanger. So I don't know what book 3 is going to leave us on this time.
Oh, it's definitely going to be a cliffhanger.
Watch be some shit. I'm not going to say it, but like, I feel like I know what it's going to be, and I'm going to hate it.
I don't know. I'm wondering though, like when the 4th book's getting published, because the prequel series is getting published in October.
That looks so good. Is it coming out in October?
I think it's like October 10th, maybe. I don't know.
I'm
October,
so excited for it to come out. It looks pretty.
Every time I think of it.
And she's been if you're in the Facebook group, constant like blurbs and cute moments. And I'm just like, I need this book. Ayora, andale aquí.
I'm trying to avoid reading the like pre-info stuff on that book just because I want to know when the 4th book for this comes out before I like do it for myself, because like if the 4th book of this series comes out not this April or not this fall but the coming spring, if it's like 1 year from the current release, which I know is like the traditional publishing schedule, but I'm still gonna be bitter about it.
I mean, it's not like Sarah J. Maas taking 4 years to write her next sequel for her other series.
Yeah, I'm over it. Like, I don't know. I feel like I don't keep up with many releases anymore, though. But it's like once you latch on to one series now, it's like I can't expend the brain power thinking about it too hard, or else I'm gonna spoil. I don't know if I'm gonna spoil myself for it, but like you, I'll probably over theorize, think way too much about what's gonna happen, and then like not enjoy it as much.
Right.
I don't know. I look like throwback to when I was in high school and all of the Heroes of Olympus books were coming out.
Mm-hmm.
And I like read so much stuff before each of those books came out. Like,
Oh no.
I think I spoiled myself for every single one because I didn't have a car until my senior year of high school, so I like couldn't get the book right away. Like, I would go to the bookstore, but I wouldn't be like until a day after the release, and so I just couldn't hold myself back from spoilers. So I always knew what was going to happen, which is sad, but I feel like, and then the problem with these ones too is like I have to order it because they're not really at the bookstore. So I'm not like, I also don't read on my Kindle, so I'm not going to get it the day of. I doubt I will.
How old is your Kindle? I'm just curious.
I don't have a Kindle. I just read on the Kindle app on my iPad, but I was going to get a Kindle, and then I was like, it's just easier to just get the iPad because I needed one for work and figured I don't want to make 2 purchases, so.
Right. Mine is so old that when I turned it on, it said, "Hi, I'm so old I can't connect to the Amazon store anymore. Please buy a new one." I literally, I bought it like, well, it was a gift. I think I got it if I was 12 when I got it. It was like 2013. So I was like, oh my God, it is old.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Thank y'all so much for joining us today for our From Blood and Ash Re-readathon. We will be here next Saturday to discuss the heart-wrenching Yet Chef's Kiss, A Kingdom of Flesh and Fire by JLA. Time to be announced because we all have lives too, believe it or not. But thank you, Kay, so much for joining us. Thank you, Elena, for joining me in this readathon this month. And we will catch y'all next weekend.